was weekend?
Work.
Besides the fights.
Work.
I know you weren't at the fights, huh?
I was not.
So what did you have to do that was more important than the fights, Diego?
Busting, what is it called?
Busting jack shacks, bathhouses. I mean, what was it?
Defending the city from the perils of evil.
That's what he likes to say when he's
That's
getting a
his
hand
favorite
job or a
shit.
beeger. Yeah.
That's the code word.
That's
Protecting
right.
the city from
Protecting-
all those massage parlors and
They need protection.
small-handed Asian
Do you have to
masseuses.
pay? Do you have to pay when you go there?
Complimentary.
Complimentary.
Oh, is it like a card? Like you get punched a number of times and
Yeah,
like your
yeah.
10th one is free, or
It's like donuts,
you
right?
just have the lifetime membership, or is it like,
Oh,
or is it free like the
God.
donuts for cops or
They just
Shipley's?
put a donut right there, insert your pecker.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Is that how it works? Here's a
Oh,
donut,
man.
insert your pecker here.
Oh, this inappropriate joke brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey.
Howler.
Top of the morning,
There you go.
getting that monkey spirit in us.
I don't know if y'all saw mine and Richard's story yesterday, but we went to Tulsa on Tuesday.
No, I didn't see that. And
We
dude, y'all stuff always ends up at the top of my feed, so I don't know how I didn't see that.
We went to Tulsa on Tuesday, and we went to Denver Wednesday. Well, Tuesday night, but we toured 2 venues.
Yeah. So
So-
how's Tulsa looking?
We went to-
Are we at liberty to say what venue you're looking at?
Yeah, so we looked at Hard Rock,
Kick ass.
and we looked at the UMAC. And to my surprise, I thought I was going to be all in on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
And then we get to the UMAC, and it looks like Burt Ogden.
Yeah, it's a nice big venue,
Yeah, so
arena,
I was like, holy
style
shit.
seating and stuff.
So I think I'm leaning towards that.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards that arena style seating and just the whole setup and the walkout
Let's
and
go,
everything
man.
is going to look. You go to Hard Rock, and it's more of the theater style seating that we saw in Denver.
Okay.
So we went out to Denver.
So is it like a stage and then all the
Right.
theater
Kinda like-
style seats
give you
in
that
front
House
of
of
it?
Blues look.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we'd have to bring it.
Having not seen either one of them, I mean, I would be a lean towards the UMAC as well.
Yeah, so I think the UMAC, and we tentatively booked May 7th for the UMAC. So Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Diego, that's gonna crash your Cinco de Mayo plans.
No,
man.
put it on your calendar right now.
Yes, sir.
Do it right now.
And then you were in Denver after that.
Yeah, then we ran out. We flew out. We flew into Tulsa Tuesday, and then Tuesday night we flew to Denver, and we had a meeting at the Paramount Theater downtown Wednesday morning, and we went and looked at that, and same thing, kind of theater style, but the location is great.
Being downtown Denver, I was just gonna say, man, being in the heart of downtown Denver, that's
Dude, it's
a
nice.
great hub, great place to be.
So we're looking at 4/16 for that weekend.
Okay, kick
April.
ass, man.
So April, May, Denver and Tulsa should work. I talked to you a little bit about California.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were bringing that up or not. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
so-
rescheduling that.
Yeah, so we're going to look into a different date for Cali just because that main event out there is Gianni Vasquez and Edgar Chairez.
Yeah.
2 Mexican hitters, like flyweight studs. And it just felt more fit to bring those guys to San Antonio on 324 to fight the day before Chito Vera's the main event on a UFC card.
Bang. I like it.
That being said, losing that main event, that really was the weight of the card.
Okay.
I think that we can build a better card if we move the date and probably go to LA instead of Visalia. There's not a lot in Visalia, if I'm saying. I think that's how you say it, right?
Yeah. Visalia. I think it's Visalia, yeah.
Visalia. But there's not a lot of gyms. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but there's the pricing of the venue and hotels and stuff is
Yeah.
okay. But I think we're going to look into San Jose, San Diego, or LA and try and do it in May or June. So do like a family
I
vacation
like it,
and
man.
stuff too.
Visalia was nice, don't get me wrong. But yeah, man, that 3-hour drive once we land, 3-hour drive there and then
People don't. I mean,
on
there's
the way out, 3-hour drive back.
flying into Fresno is 3 times the price of flying into John Wayne or LAX.
John
so
Wayne or LAX.
I think being in LA with Fury FC sounds a little bit better. I saw Bellator was there and they had a badass venue and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that we're Bellator, but I think we can make something happen out there.
Yeah, of course.
So
Need a favor though.
What?
Keep the
you
Fury
find
card.
find some massage places for you
Keep the
ahead of
Fury
time?
card under 50 fights maybe.
under
Yeah,
50.
Diego's trying not to go
Hey, listen,
Submission
there's
Hunter
not-
Pro style.
There's not too many fight organizations that can run through that many fights in the pacing that we do.
Of
Yes,
course
of
not.
course.
And
So a
that's
lot-
something to be proud of, but at the same
Yes.
time, we don't want to do it every time either.
A diehard Fury fan probably tuned in from the prelims all the way
Yeah.
and watched them on Facebook, and then switched over to UFC Fight Pass and watched the main card, and they're probably like, "Man, these are some great fights."
Yeah.
How many sleepers were there?
None.
Looking at
That
the
you can
cards.
that you
None,
can
none
think
off the
of.
top of my head.
How many were boring?
None.
I mean, even
No,
on the
never.
amateur portion of the card was
Yeah.
fucking solid. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
super
they didn't
solid.
run like 9 straight first-round knockouts this time, but they were all still very impressive.
They were even very well matched. Then you get to the main card, and you're like, man, the main card.
I think that
just
was the
hitting.
most fights we've had on a main card for Fight Pass to date, isn't it? Something like 9.
I think when
like
Dana
9.
came and did looking for a fight, we
Did
shoved
we have
10
more?
in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're able to get away with the 20, 21 fights whenever like the state max is 15.
Because I got 2 licenses.
You're working that Eric Garcia magic.
Well, I use my amateur license and I use my pro license. So technically, I can have 15 and 15. I can do 30.
God, see Diego, there's a plan here.
Hey,
He's trying to turn this into like an all day, like 12-hour day gig
Hey,
where
real quick though.
where we complain about how like the long hours and the lack of like health care and all this. we're gonna form a Fury union.
How? Oh, here. Hey, that sounds like fucking Jake Paul.
I know,
Dana
or
does.
Ngannou.
Hey, how awesome did the walkout look?
Oh, it looks spectacular, man.
That shout out to Diego for
The-
fucking putting that shit.
There was
together.
like the fog and the fire and all that good stuff. But
But
yeah,
the-
man,
the new
the
walkout
screen,
videos,
yeah, the
bro.
video, the screen behind it, with the animations and whatnot, that's
That
a
was awesome.
lot better
Hey,
than the
that
names,
was
man.
fucking on.
100%, man. 100%. That's something we've been talking about for a while, and Diego made it happen, man.
I was looking at a lot of the pictures, and I was like, dude, look at these fucking photos. Everybody should have that shit as their background picture, like your walkout
Yeah.
from that card.
Yeah.
With the sparks.
Like, why
smoke.
wouldn't you?
Dude, I
And then-
never got that shit when I was fighting.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
Then
mean, you're like
watching some
fighting
of the
smokers in the back of.
Yeah, I know.
Watching some of the social media fighters, it looked really nice.
looked
in the
nice,
background,
right?
Walking
Dude,
down
it-
the stairs, and it's
We already drank the whole 2-liter or what? Fuck.
No. It's back here.
I have refilled
I
my
moved
shit.
it so we wouldn't spill.
I taste nothing but Howler in this cup.
Well, that's the way to do it, man.
So Jesus.
that's a man's Coke.
The Howler's where the flavor's at, anyways, man.
The card was great though, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I hold Fury to like a standard where like there has to be certain fights, certain styles, certain records, and I just felt like in this California card that we were doing, not that it wasn't going to be a good card, but if somebody looked at Sunday's card and then they looked at that one, they'd be like,
These aren't the same.
it's not the same.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it's really hard to get a lot of my top guys from Texas or Colorado to want to go fight in California because their medicals are so.
Yeah, it's a different animal out there in California, as we found out, the hard way that first trip out there.
Like so many extras. Like it doesn't matter how old you are. You got to have an MRI. You got to have an EEG, an EKG, lab work,
Wow.
a physical, an eye exam.
How much is that really?
I mean,
Average
when you,
cost?
I would say $1,500 to $1,800.
Yeah.
So just say you got a pro debut
And that's,
guy.
that's just for the pros, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's different. So CSAC, California State Athletic Commission, runs the pro stuff, and then Camo runs the amateur stuff. But I think for the Amis, I don't think you need all that stuff.
Yeah, I would hope not, man.
And for the
Spend
pros,
a couple $1,000s,
well, even if
getting your medicals to
my
fight, and you're
thought
going to make
is-
nothing. I mean,
most of those guys, if you're gonna want to make your pro debut, I would highly suggest fighting outside of California, because that
Yeah.
pro debut purse of 500, 500, 600, 600, 7, even if you fucking win,
they're going to eat you alive with the fees.
Still lose.
it's not gonna
Yeah.
it's not gonna cover what you spent on medicals.
Yeah.
That's insane. Let's run down this card real quick
Let's do it.
This past weekend, see what stands out to you without even thinking about it. Like, what stands out the most from that card?
Okay.
I mean,
Obviously, what stands out the most to me from that card was my boy, Cameron Smotherman, knocking out Peter Caballero, which, I was a little surprised. I didn't see that happening. I thought maybe we might make it to the judges because both of those guys are stallions, man. They're fucking studs. But, yeah, man, that knockout in the second round, Cam clipped Caballero. And man, I've never seen Caballero get dropped like that and not recover.
I mean, Peter's fought for us numerous times. Like off the top of my head,
he's
I
a
can't
Fury
tell you,
vet, man.
But he's never been finished that way.
Not like that.
I don't
man.
think he's ever been finished for us.
I was looking through, and yeah, I
Has
think
he?
I think it's. I don't think so. From what I recall,
Peter.
I think his losses for us were decisions.
Right?
Yeah, and for him to go out like that, I mean, that was a shocker to me. So that's what stands out the most to me. It was our guy Cam Smotherman. It's kind of his coming out party, man. We've been talking about him for a while, and he's been proving us right for a while now. Mm-hmm. He's one of those fighters that you have to watch.
Yeah, so Peter hadn't been KO'd or TKO'd since 2016, and it was his pro debut.
Boom.
Since then, he lost in the first round back in 2018. He hadn't been finished since. It was all decisions.
Was that for us?
No, it was for Combate.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't remember, because I didn't see it.
For us, he was on a he was on a 5-fight win streak.
I look forward to his comeback, because he's going to bounce back from this.
He's
a badass. And I look to see him back in that, title picture after he, gets a couple more fights under his belt. But I mean, right now, Cam Smotherman, he's kind of the talk of the town, the talk of Fury FC, picking up that Bantamweight Championship. So that's what stands out the most to me. We've watched him grow up as a fighter from the time he was an amateur.
Right.
And I remember him kind of trolling, Jose Toro, Tony Toro.
Tony Toro.
In the Amis. Yeah. He's like, hey, man, my nickname for this one is the Matador. So whenever I announced that, Tony Toro looked across the cage at Cam like, dude, really? He's like, and Cam just kind of shrugged at him like, hey, is what it is. And then he went out and beat him. So, and I think that was for the amateur 135 title.
It was they fought twice actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went 1-1 on the. What you gonna say, Diego?
I was gonna say that
no massage shit.
Howler head toast to Kimura for that victory.
To Cam Smotherman.
I did an interview with TJ DeSantis, and I had kind of expressed my concerns with.
You dropped this name back here. Hold on. Drop that name.
And I like when we did when we did the extra rounds thing, he had asked about the Cam fight, how it came into play and whatnot, and I had told him like originally we had Carlos Vera and Peter, which had kind of raised some concerns with me and Rich, knowing that I would either have a 32-year-old or a 35-year-old champion.
Yeah, as the champ.
And not really sure what Sean Shelby would say to something like that. Yeah. So when Vera stepped out and Cameron stepped in, now we had a fight.
It made a lot more sense.
Now we had a fight because had Peter fought Carlos and won, what were they going to say about Peter beating a 35-year-old guy?
Yeah, you beat a 35-year-old guy who's probably
no disrespect to Carlos.
Of course not, but from a promoter's standpoint, that's what they're going to look at.
Right.
No disrespect to anybody.
And Carlos has a great record.
Yeah.
And I think Carlos still will come back. And I have a feeling Carlos is going to be in my DMs, or his management will, asking for the Smotherman fight pretty soon. Just because he was supposed to fight Peter.
Right.
But when Cameron stepped in, being the young up-and-comer, exciting fight of the year last year for us, it made the whole scenario change. Because now, if he wins, he's the young stud. And if Peter beats him, he just beat the young stud.
He took out the young stud, exactly.
So it made a lot more sense. So it was the way it ended. Like, I feel really bad for Peter, but there has to be a loser in every fight.
Hey, man, that's the fight game, ain't it? Yeah, it's part of it, unfortunately. And we talked about that before.
I don't know if you saw Howler had shared a video of this, like us taking a shot with Cam in the back.
I did.
Yeah, so Howler had shared that, and it was me and Mick and Cam in his camp and Rich. You were out there working.
I was a little jealous, but I was out there,
but just
doing my thing.
No disrespect to Peter, and I kind of felt bad after that.
Same here, man.
Went thinking that we weren't celebrating you losing.
No, man.
And had you won, we would have took a shot with him as well. Like it would have been the same thing.
I made sure to send some love, man. I messaged Peter to let him know, like, man,
dude,
nothing but the utmost respect for you, and I look forward to watching you get back in the cage and do your thing again soon. I know you're going to be right back there in the hunt, and he will be. He's one of those guys, man. He's a badass. He's a cowboy, and he's not it's not some gimmick that he thought up, man. That's what he is. He's about that life, and he's that dude.
And he's always said yes.
Yeah,
and I'm ready. And
yep.
The Fury door is open whenever he's ready to come back, and I think him and his team know that. But Anyway, I mean, we could break the rest of this card down, but we do got the champ in studio.
Yeah, we got a guest in studio sitting over there. We're not just kissing his ass because he's here, but in fact, he is here. Let's welcome into the broadcast your new Fury FC Bantamweight Champion, the babyface killer, Cam Smotherman.
Is it Smotherman or Smotherine?
Yeah, Smotherine when he was an amateur.
Let's put it here.
Sauce Elise didn't give a fuck how you spelled your name back then.
He didn't.
Yeah, Saul used to call you Smotherine. Is there a way we can prop this thing up so people can see it? I'll let you pour your own, Cam. I don't want to over pour you.
I would prop it up, but man, this thing's so damn heavy. It's like, real gold, solid gold, man.
That's a bad boy.
Grab one of those, man. Get some Coke Zero in your life.
Yanez never got a Fury title, huh?
Nah, he actually when I won, he wouldn't give it back to me. He's like, I think I'm gonna keep this one.
Yeah.
It still bothers me.
Well, hey,
today.
man, he's your coach, so I mean, as a gift, shouldn't you give it to him? I mean, it seems only right,
He's
only
never
fair.
gonna get it.
Nah, that's a.
He's gonna have to take it from you the hard way.
You know,
right?
like the first thing I thought when I saw that video of Howler sharing that, I was like, how fucking cool would it be in like 3 years or 4 years for him to be holding the UFC belt, and then we look back and be like, remember when we took a shot with him when he won his first
Oh yeah, man.
Fury belt?
Oh yeah.
Hey, speaking to the universe,
There you
I'm
go,
here
baby.
for it.
Let's do it. The only thing is you got Yanez too, though.
Yeah,
Y'all
you can
same
have
weight
it first. Now we've talked about that.
Okay.
If that happened, he said he would move up, but I would wait.
I would wait too, yeah.
No,
How
fuck
old are
it.
you now?
Fuck it. I want to see it, man.
25.
I want to see it like brother versus brother.
How old is Yanez?
I think he just turned 29.
25 years old, man. What the hell was I doing when I was 25? I wasn't watching Porky's
No.
or Police Academy.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not stepping in that sand trap. No.
What you were doing when you were 25?
Yeah, I was living life, man, having a good time.
Anita, are you listening?
No, she doesn't listen to the podcast, but
I don't think Terry.
But she
does.
might one day.
Yeah, so we're not gonna incriminate.
My son does, so
Does he snitch?
he doesn't snitch, but he gives me shit.
You asked
so.
him lately, has anybody offered him drugs?
Yeah, no, man. That was just a funny thing I did to him on New Year's
That's
because
the
he was hanging out with a
funniest
bunch of kids.
story
I
ever.
know. Yeah, man.
They came over. If y'all don't know, they came over for New Year's Eve, and a bunch of my son's friends were over, and my daughter's friends, and Ashton was hanging out with them. This is Wayne's son, and they come downstairs, and Wayne's like, hey.
They were all going back upstairs, and Ashton was, kind of like the last one.
Yeah.
So I caught him off to the side. I'm like, "Hey, boy," and he looks back like, "What?" Dad's like, "Don't be doing no drugs."
No, you said, did anybody offer you drugs?
Oh, did I? Whatever
He
it was.
said, did
whatever it
anybody offer you drugs? And his son's immediate response was, fuck no. But the way he said
Yeah.
it, man, it was fucking.
was. Yeah.
So that was the thing all night.
I don't have
We
any
would
worries
ask him.
about him and all that, dude. He's a good kid, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. But I do like to have fun because I am dad, so I give him a hard time.
Oh, bro, I give my kids such a hard time, too. You'll get there one day. You got a baby girl?
Oh man,
she's
beautiful baby girl,
Months
Sierra.
old.
Yeah,
old, right?
like 4.
4 months. Wow. Yeah, man. I
So
can't
what's
even remember
fatherhood
those
like,
things.
man?
Yeah, what do you think?
As a
Um,
new father,
it's-
we're vets. You're kind of new at it. How does it feel, man?
It's kind of underwhelming because she still doesn't do anything. Like, I'm still
that
not
means
sure
that means
she knows
mom's
who I
getting
am.
up at night and changing the diapers and feeding her and stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, do you think you
Underwhelming.
became the champ on
Yeah.
lack of sleep?
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I got it.
She's supporting Cam.
Exactly.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
got to
exactly
sleep
it.
so he can put that belt around him, man. Come on.
Yeah. See, now he's on a little vacation. He's got the belt, so now she's gonna be like, hey,
Now he's drinking Howler and
now
eating
I'm
tacos.
gonna sleep.
Now he's drinking Howler and eating tacos.
So many tacos.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you my taco hack, and we're off the air. I'll talk to you about all that. But he went on a little taco tour. I guess was it yesterday? And dude,
I'm
he's
still
like
going on it.
He's like roasting all these taco places.
that.
This was dry. This was
saw
sucks.
that.
And even the good ones, like this was pretty good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's just like,
I can't
like,
lie.
damn,
I
that's
can't
like
lie.
that's like a D in school.
So is somebody recommending these? Okay, real quick. So you talked about tacos at the weigh-ins.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something you had planned for after weigh-ins or after the fight?
Both.
Both.
Oh
So
no, yeah, I didn't do it after weigh-ins. I wanted to, but I was like, I don't want to risk it.
Yeah. So
but-
after, because you know with tacos, the margaritas come with it.
Yeah.
So you already knew that was.
You got to get that good wheat. You got to get like the Heineken.
Shout out to my boy, the toughest guy in Fury, Solomon Amadeo. Hey, real quick, a note on Solomon. It's funny to me. It might not be funny to y'all, but it's funny to me.
All right. I'm gonna keep an open mind.
So I hit him up the other day, and I asked him if he wanted to fight again, and he was like, "Oh, bro, my hand's still a little fucked up from the Paul fight." And then like probably 30 seconds later, he's like, "Don't ever call me again. I'm not fighting."
Really?
He like texted me that, and I laughed, but I don't know if it was him. Or if I don't know, or if it was his wife.
Maybe his wife got a hold of his phone or something.
I think that's what it was. She's like, "Man, y'all keep calling my husband in here to get his ass whooped." I mean, I'm matching him with not easy fights.
Yeah.
But
None of the fights
like,
are easy, but similar skill set, similar record. And
But I just thought it was funny because he was like, "Hey, bro, my hand's still fucked up, but I'll be ready to go." And then like within
30 seconds later,
don't ever
call me again.
Come on, bro. Like,
Tell me your wife got your phone without telling me your wife got your phone.
I mean, not to put him on blast, but I'm kind of putting him on blast. After the last weigh-ins when he fought, like he was standing outside because his wife had just like beat him up or something in the car on the way. So
Okay. Hey man, domestic violence is real. I'm not laughing at that shit.
hey, shout out to Solomon for not going upside her head.
Damn, yeah, for real, man. I'm like biting my tongue on this one, so Diego doesn't have to edit anything. But damn, dude, you might have to anyway, man. Just putting some elevator music over that portion where Eric talks about that.
Anyway, hey, real shout out to Solomon for not acting back. But
yeah, you didn't get
tacos.
Those good carbs in you, man. You waited until after the fight and you went on the taco tour.
But that's why we brought up the good. I brought up Solomon because the good wheat.
The good carbs is that you got to get that good wheat from the beer. That's how Solomon,
That's how he rehydrates
rehydrated
after
for the
weigh-ins.
fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Heineken's.
And where
He likes the good carbs.
where the taco stuff, I guess, kind of started with, Walker from UFC Fight Pass. He'd come to me after we did the weigh-ins.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I want to get a video of you and Cam, and I want you to try to get him to go on a rant about Waffle Bus."
It's trash.
And is Waffle Bus like a real place? Is that like
It is.
It's a real
separate
place.
than Waffle House? Okay,
Look at it.
I never heard of it.
It
right?
looks legit. Listen,
not
it
good.
looks legit.
But yeah, he wanted to get Cam to go on this rant. He's like, but don't mention Waffle
For
Bus
those who didn't see that
specifically.
video, it's on the UFC Fight Pass
Yeah,
IG
you
page.
can check it out.
So go check it out, share it,
on their
like it,
social.
Get
And,
your ideas.
So on the video, I'm like, hey man, is there anything you're looking forward to maybe after the fight, like post-fight meal or whatever? And he started going in on tacos, and I'm trying to like get the waffle thing out of him, and he's just like shaking his head and like, nah, he's kind of poo-pooing it. So I didn't get that rant, but we are on like a taco kick now. So he's on this.
I've been following his IG and I see his stories and he's in and out. But are you doing all this shit in one day?
I'm trying to do it. Go to as many places.
So are you going into these places and eating one taco, or
No.
you're eating?
No, I'm trying every taco they
He was
got.
in his car with like an armful of tacos.
You
like,
been to
all right,
Torchy's?
here's the chicken
Torchy's?
fajita.
Yeah, I'm not. Come on.
No Torchy's?
No.
I like
I'm-
Torchy's.
I'm-
You know what's
Torchy's is
I'm
good,
looking
but
for, like,
if I'm
real
going for the
tacos.
best tacos
Listen,
in
when
Houston,
me-
I'm not going to
when
Torchy's.
me and
No
Wayne go
offense.
to Torchy's, we go have the margaritas.
Yeah, the ranch waters, the margaritas.
And then like the margaritas bomb. Like
yeah.
you just get the
they're
house
pretty
on
good.
the rocks.
Their house margaritas at Torchy's are pretty solid. Either that or they're just taking care of
Hey,
us.
You have two and you're a wrap.
I take that as a challenge.
You're a hey, you
I
have
take that
Challenge
as a challenge.
you have
accepted.
two and you're a wrap.
That's what they told me at the last place.
I don't. Torchy's is the shit. Torchy's margaritas.
Now I'm looking for the best taco. Like I don't just want tacos. I want the best tacos.
Are you looking for street tacos?
I'm
or-
looking for, so whatever taco is the best. It could be a restaurant. It could be street taco. It could, just whatever's the
I
best.
feel like that's where you're going to find the best
It's street
tacos in
tacos.
Houston. I mean, it's
The
going to be
little
some
spots. The little
little
spots.
spot on the
Yes.
side of the road in the gas station.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and-
The grease is like 3 days.
You try grab and go?
30 days.
grab and go.
Yeah, grab and go tacos are good. They got
Like-
Taco Tuesday.
Like the
Stripes are
It's
That's
called
a gas station.
No, it's called grab and go tacos.
I ain't never heard
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah,
They
they're
got-
all right.
they
There's a
got good
couple in
tacos.
like the Spring area where
Yeah.
we live. I'm not sure what side
Not
of town
bad.
you live on. but
I'm
there-
not
I
big
know
on
there's a couple
I'm
out
not big on tacos though.
This guy.
there. I love tacos. Man.
Like,
Who
I-
doesn't like tacos?
I
Dude,
like papacitos.
Barbacoa and bean
Oh.
tacos. all day,
Everybody
man.
that knows me knows my favorite restaurant is
Yeah,
Papacitos.
Why?
Papacitos.
Why?
bougie.
It's just great.
Because he's bougie.
No, like okay.
You know
so-
what? So when you go into a place like
Uh-huh.
that, like it's got to be a vibe,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and it's got to want to, and you got to want to stay there and feel like, man, I'm feeling this spot.
Okay, but see, like the
And
all right,
Papacitos is that spot.
okay, but even the vibe of Papacito, it's just too loud. It's way too loud. You can't hear the person next to you. And that aside, the food itself is not that good.
What do you order?
Whenever
I get
Eric
enchiladas.
goes, whenever Eric goes to a
well,
Mexican restaurant, he's got to have a vibe. It's got to be like a crowd of white people being way too loud.
Hey, listen, I
eating
grew up with
terrible
Mexicans my whole
salsa.
life.
Okay. So you like Tex-Mex more than Mexican food? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Well then,
unless it's like home cooked, like my grandma made or my mom.
Yeah,
That's
the
fair.
legit stuff.
But if
Well,
I'm gonna go out and go to a little taqueria or something,
okay, but even Papacito's even the best Tex-Mex. Gringos is way better than
Nah, hell
Papacito.
no.
Gringos, it's squashed.
Sir,
It's not even close.
Sir,
Yeah.
respectfully, champ.
No,
respectfully,
sir.
come on.
No,
Come
sir.
on.
I can eat.
Hey, the
I can
name
eat
itself.
Gringos
It's
every day.
Gringos.
I can eat that
Do you know
every
what
day.
Gringos even stands for? I mean, come on.
I can eat
They
that
might as well
every
call it
day.
like Honky's Mexican food. but no, sir. Gringos is not better than
No,
Papacitos.
no, it's-
Respectfully.
Have you had the
The fajitas is it's
at Gringos?
squashes.
I think if we're gonna talk fajitas, Lupe Tortilla has the best fajitas.
I've never been.
They're
it
pretty
didn't
good.
look-
You
it didn't look
Tortilla
should
has
good.
try them. They're pretty good.
Lupe Tortilla has the best fajitas, but Papacitos has the best overall
The best
menu.
No.
The best overall
no,
menu.
Hey,
No.
I like
It has the
Papacitos.
biggest menu.
I like Papacitos. But as far as the
Desserts?
best, I mean, you know.
No.
The desserts, the ribs at Papacitos are the best.
Why?
The
No,
Mexican
I ain't gonna lie,
style
I ain't gonna
fall
lie,
off
I ain't
the
gonna
bone
lie.
ribs.
I ain't gonna lie. The ribs at Papacito's are good.
The ribs at the
But
Who goes to a Mexican restaurant for ribs?
exactly, and that's,
Man,
that's
come
my
on
point.
now.
I do.
You
I
need help.
Oh,
You need help. Do you need a hug?
ass.
They're the shit.
I think you need a hug.
Hey, I think we should go to Papacitos for lunch.
Hey, I'm down with it. We could do that unless Cam has, some taco spot that
Hey,
we never heard
listen,
of
I
that he
owe my
found.
champ a celebration meal.
All right,
Yeah,
we can go to
I'm
Papacito's.
with that.
Look,
If I'm paying, I'm picking.
all right.
Hey, but let me say before we move on from food.
Yeah.
After the fights, him and his family they went down to a Spanish Flour over
That's
45.
fire.
That's not bad.
We were talking after
That's
the
not
fights,
bad.
and
Good.
the whole best tacos in Houston thing come up, and I gave my own little recommendation. Like, best tacos is subjective. You're not going to find
Right.
the best
It's
tacos.
it's hard.
But if you want some good Mexican food, have you been to Spanish Flowers? Boom. Anyways,
The one on North Main?
They went,
Yeah.
yeah.
North
And
Main. That's the
uh,
original.
Mom
Yeah.
dropped me a
You
pin
didn't
in
show
the
up,
messenger. It's
by
like,
the way.
hey, we're here if you
Y'all
want to
didn't
come
invite
hang
me.
out. So I went over there and had a couple of drinks with the champ. The food came out, and this motherfucker got enchiladas.
Hey,
And that's what he's gonna get at Papacitos.
Come on
it
now.
is.
You
It
just
is.
told
It
me.
is.
How are you going to be on a taco tour
Because-
and order the enchiladas?
Because I don't feel like Spanish Flour is gonna give me the tacos that's gonna satisfy me.
They're not.
Yeah. So.
Papacitos, Spanish Flour, none of those
Yeah.
spots are gonna give you the tacos
Yeah.
that are gonna satisfy you.
Well, you're not
I ain't
chilling
gonna
on
lie,
a taco
Gringos does
tour.
have
That's
some
my
good
only.
taco. They have
That's
some
all I'm
like some
saying.
ribeye tacos, but still, it's not what I'm.
sounds
It's
like
not what
white
I'm
people
looking
shit
for.
right there.
Yeah, it's
Ribeye
look,
tacos.
Yeah, it's. Look, I'm just saying.
Maybe they're trying to capture that Papacitos crowd. Like, hey, we need to get some of those white people from Papacitos. Let's put like ribeye tacos.
Listen,
on the
I gotta
menu.
work today when we're done, so I can't get too tipsy.
I can.
Like
and
I
will.
I've got to work. And we'll
Oh,
have to
man.
call you an Uber because I can't take a chance of my
Yeah.
champ getting pulled over either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Nah, I'm
for
a
sure.
professional.
We'll ride in one together. Mickey Wilmore isn't going to be there, is he?
Mix in Australia.
Okay, so we're
But
safe.
speaking, so after
We're
the
safe.
after the fight, y'all went to Spanish Flour. We went to Mojo's.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's why y'all no showed
Me and Jason and
Because I know I
It was a
invited
lot-
y'all.
it
Hey,
was a lot
they did
closer.
ask if y'all were coming out, and
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Jason
they
said,
got
"Man, it's Cam
they got
and them's
sidebarred.
at Spanish Flour. Where's it at?" I said, "Dude, that's all the way in North Main.
It was like
Yeah.
10 minutes away.
Dude, I
Not from my house. What are we
no,
talking
it
about?
was not
From
Dude,
the
I
venue?
went home from the venue, picked up Ashton,
And then y'all
dropped
went-
him off at his mom's house, and then I drove from out in Conroe. I drove down to North Main to Spanish Flour,
Oh, wow.
and I almost did the tour. Went out to Mojo's, but it was already like 10:30. And I was
How
like,
long were
man,
y'all there?
If I go out there, I'll be there till
Till
2
2?
o'clock in the morning.
Were y'all at Spanish Flour that late?
No, I went and had a beer with them and hung out. Then whenever the food came, I wrapped it
Yeah,
up
but I
and,
see
and
they be
headed
going to
out.
all these spots and I never get a fucking invite.
I know, right?
I look
No,
and I
because-
tell Josh Van the same shit. I was like, man, I put belts on 2 of these boys, and they're at Mike's Seafood Tacos.
They,
I'm
they
like,
said,
damn.
they said,
I like to eat too. It might be keto,
Okay,
but I like to
tell
eat.
me what's your schedule. When are you free?
I make my own schedule.
Okay.
that's what he says when he's talking big, but he's busy all the time.
Yeah, that's
man.
what I was
Hey,
saying.
listen, I might do lunch with you, but I'll be working. I
Okay,
might be on my
lunch.
phone. I might not hear what you're saying, but
That will
All right,
happen.
lunch.
100%.
but I'll be there. I'll be there in presence. Like my body will be there.
That's
but my
good
mind
enough
might
for
not
me.
be there.
All right, next
Hang
lunch
out with-
place.
I want to hang out with champs too.
All right, I got
Come
you.
on.
I got say
Right?
less.
Hey,
Look,
we're taking the belt in the restaurant, right?
He wants to. Yeah, we are.
Yes.
All right.
Does that belt?
I'll
fit
bring
you?
a light and I'll put the light above it so it'll be.
I know.
sure.
Like when we went into the cage, I was like, man, I'm gonna put this thing over your shoulder. It's really heavy, and I didn't know if like it had enough holes to go around his waist.
Yeah.
I have a little
He's
waist.
very, he's
I
very
haven't,
slim. I'm very
Yeah.
I
jealous.
think it fits. I think it would fit him.
I haven't tried to buckle it.
We're gonna have to try that. We're gonna have to put that shit on him.
So he
And
didn't.
then
He
he's
didn't.
gonna
like-
wear it into
he didn't
Popsicles.
do the thing that they do in pro wrestling whenever they celebrate a championship win. You go home and when you satisfy your wife that night,
wearing
you
the
got
belt.
to wear the belt. So I mean, I guess he must have wore it over
That
his
belt
shoulder
is
that
so
night.
heavy,
It
it
is
was-
a
No,
very
it's
heavy belt.
No, it's
Yeah,
heavy.
it would probably smash his penis. Like she'd be like, you can't get it up. The belt's pushing it downwards. I can't do
Hey.
nothing.
Hey, don't confirm or deny that, Cam.
I won't.
Don't
I refuse.
Don't honor that with a response.
Don't
But I will
confirm
say
it.
the line I've been using is you can Google me now. I have been saying that, and it's
Can
been
they?
working. Yes, you can Google me.
Dude, that's fucking amazing. You got a lot of love after this fight.
Mm.
After this fight, what was camp like? Like, what was training camp like going into this? Did y'all have a specific game plan, or it was just I'm gonna just go do me?
Nah, I was actually thinking, I try not to like annoy people, but I was just like, I'm probably not gonna knock him out because I was looking at his record and stuff, and I was like,
He hadn't been.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He's got
Peter's tough, bro.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't think I
steel
was gonna
jaw.
get him out of there. Really, I was hoping I would, but I was like,
do you think you were just one step ahead? He hit you obviously with a couple shots, and what straight right hand or what did he
he hit me with a left hand. So that's why the first round was like pretty slow, because he hit, when he hit me with this one, I literally couldn't see out of like this side the entire time.
Did you tell your coaches that when you went back? Did you tell Yanez like, dude, I can't fucking?
No, I wanted to, but then Rafian was like, he just started talking, like, cause he could tell I wanted to say something, and he was like, he just started talking. Yeah, he basically like, shut the
Don't
fuck
say
up.
shit.
Yeah,
Don't
he was
say
like,
shit.
shut up. And then honestly, I don't know what's going on, but like I never remember corner advice. I never remember in between.
I used to
rounds.
be like that too.
Yeah.
Like, Jace Petrie used to corner me, and I remember one time I was in a fight, and he was talking, and then it like, he's like, "Did you hear anything I said?" I said, "No."
I could totally see
did.
Jace calling
Like
you out.
I'm fucking-
Motherfucker, are you listening to
That's
me?
what he said. He's like, "Did you fucking hear anything I said?" I was like, "No, I didn't."
No, that's how it is for me. Like I just have them there so they have the
Support.
best seats. I don't know what's going. Like I'm just
I used
fighting.
to like if the fight hit the ground or something,
Oh,
and,
yeah, then I'll
I had
listen.
a resting point to where I was like, okay, let me find my position here. Then I would listen.
Yeah,
I'd be able to
yeah.
hear. But when you're standing up and
Nah.
shit, and you're fucking throwing and getting hit,
Yeah.
really ain't a lot you want to hear.
If I was in
Oh,
the
shit.
cage,
I'm gonna do what I want to do
If
right
I was
now.
in the cage, I would be begging my coaches, please tell me what to do next. Please, don't let me die in there. What do I need to do to get out?
I think anybody would say that before training.
Yeah.
But like once you prepare and you've done something
Yeah.
over and
You know how
over
to
and over
fight.
and over, man, it's just gonna
Right.
come. And for you to say that I don't even remember it is your fucking body and instinct
Yeah.
just took control and it was like boom boom.
Yeah, like when I
And it was picture
the-
fucking
bro,
perfect.
The left was a counter, right? I mean, it was like
You're not even a southpaw.
No, and so it's so funny. So Saul used to just grill me. He would grill me every day. Like
Saul Solis,
he would
R.I.P.
get so mad at me for switching stances, and he would go, "You have no power in your left hand. You have no power. Stop switching
I
stances. You have
guarantee
no
you,
power."
he
in your
was
left."
like, holy shit.
right.
"Yeah,
Saul looking down.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, damn.
Fight pass
my
in
boy.
heaven. Holy
Man,
shit!
can you-
With
like,
the left?
I thought about that the other day. I was like, man, if Saul was still here and he would be so proud of not only his guys, but like even what Fury has built
Yeah.
past it,
Yeah.
beyond
Which
him.
he was
Like,
such a big part
man,
of.
Yeah.
for him to be able to be a part of it still today, man, I
Yeah.
would fucking love that so much. To show up and be like, damn, UFC fight. I
Yeah.
don't even think he wasn't here for one Fight Pass event.
No, he was.
Oh, he was here for
the
Jacob.
first.
I was gonna
for the
say he
first
had to be
one,
here
too.
for the first
He
one.
was here for Jacob.
And then
He
I
was
think
here
the
for Jacob, too.
next one, man, that one was a super emotional one for all the
Oh,
Metro
yeah.
guys, man.
Yeah.
Like I remember
Yeah.
You
Cam
knocked
breaking
out Dylan King.
down and
Oh yeah,
He
I
knocked
was a
out Dylan.
mess. I was a
as
mess
well,
after that
breaking
one.
down, man. It's
knocked out
really,
Dylan.
really emotional, for all those guys, man.
So
Sauceley's RIP.
going into camp, y'all didn't really have a game plan. It was more.
I mean,
Let me see what he does.
it was more. Yeah, it was more so just just working on not getting stalled out on the fence. I thought this fight was gonna come down to
Boring.
being boring. If I was saying like if the fight's exciting, I'm winning. If the fight's boring, he's winning. And so,
I knew it wasn't going to the ground. It might go to the judges, but it wasn't going to go to the ground.
Me and Rich knew we were like any fight that Cam's in, like it's gonna be action at some point.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if he gets taken down, once he get up, he's firing. I got to get these points back.
Yeah.
If he gets put against the cage, once he breaks loose, I'm firing. I got to get these points back. So we know when we put him in a fight, and the same thing with Van, like shit's gonna happen. Like something's gonna happen. So who did you mainly work with? Was it Yanez and Rafian?
It was actually them a lot, but really the person who helped me a lot is Eduardo.
Okay.
Eduardo Anaya.
Yeah.
Does he fight like Peter? I hope
He
not.
no. No, he was just giving me looks. He gave me a lot of looks and
He's tall.
yeah,
slim.
tall and
What's up with Eduardo? I haven't seen him, heard from him. You want to fight ever again?
Get
Yeah,
ready to
he-
be a dad, man.
yeah,
He
he is.
Yes. Congrats to Eduardo.
Yeah,
on
him
that.
and Madison Wood.
Yeah.
Maybe on the way.
Yeah.
Man, that's fucking awesome.
I think the baby's actually due next month.
I was going to say it's got to be soon.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to come back for a little bit.
I don't know. He said he's gonna fight.
He's one of those guys I look for him to come back, man. I don't
no.
think he would exit the fight game.
I
at
ain't gonna
such a young
lie.
age.
I told you when I got on, I'm gonna be in the biggest Fury Shield, whatever. I'm trying to get everybody to fight for Fury, but I don't know.
I mean, our door is open, man. Like, obviously, we try very, very hard to push guys to the next level. Like, what I was saying the other day, I was like, man, I love Cam and Justice and Aswell and Moreno and Steele and Van and
Moreno.
Hector Sainz and just Borrego, all like Eddie Fry, all these dudes, all of them.
Man.
Y'all are my biggest draws.
Yeah.
Y'all are my biggest ticket sellers. And I am doing my best to send y'all out to the UFC, which I hope shows people that I care more about them than me and trying to keep y'all here just so my venue stay packed. Like, I'm thinking in good faith, their teams are going to be like, look what he did and how he pushed us out. He can do the same for y'all.
Yeah, no, I'm.
A lot of these dudes don't get it.
Oh, I do have this one amateur.
Let me have him.
Let
me have him.
You're gonna love that guy. He bangs. He bangs with me. He bangs.
Who is it?
His name is Alexander. He's from like South Africa, but
You know his last name?
no.
See?
Alexander
so you like
from
Saul,
South
what Saul
Africa.
did to you?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Just make it up.
shit.
yeah. It's
Just make it
Alex.
up.
Doesn't
something.
matter how it's spelled.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna send him your way.
Send him my way, man. Like, I think the whole Fury experience, man, we try and make it an experience for everybody, for the fighter, the fan. And I thought that this last show that you main evented fucking went off flawless.
That
like,
show was crazy.
the fights, the finishes, the crowd, like it was fucking
Yeah.
packed in there.
Bro,
it
that-
was
yeah.
packed.
My favorite fight will probably always be Silva versus Vergara at Fury FC 44, but this one was like right up there. If
was
that's
a
number
good-
one for me, this is like 1A.
Was that a round 2 finish? CJ and Jacob?
I
think it went
3 or 4.
Yeah,
No, I
it
think
went.
was
It
4.
went later. It might have been 4. It
'Cause
went
Jacob
late. It
almost
went
had
late.
him out of there in
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah.
And had it been
And
a,
the second
It was
too, I think.
had it
was
been
such
a
a back
different
and forth war,
referee,
man. Yeah.
anybody would have stopped that fight and
Yeah.
it would have not been contested.
Yeah.
But because the
Because
ref
of who
let
he
it-
is, yeah.
I mean, CJ fought through adversity and he came back and
You know
fucking
that
won.
that fight really like messed me up because I was a swing bout that night, and you know Jacob, that was my boy. So whenever I seen that happen, like it like really messed me up. Like I think that was my pro debut actually.
I was looking at that card the other day and I was like, man, look at
More
the
Howler.
undercard here. Let me pull this up. Diego, why you all quiet over there? You falling asleep?
No,
Nah, I got
I'm
enough
enjoying this
fights.
conversation.
Let me see.
What are we looking up right now?
Whoops.
I'm trying to find I'm gonna look at the whole card from that
Thank you.
night. That was Fury 44.
This one was already open, sir.
Oh, I
He
didn't
wants
even
his
know
own.
there was something
He's a
in
champ.
there.
The champ deserves
Hey,
his
man.
own.
Champ.
No.
Like,
Do
I
what I
don't-
want.
I
Yes,
don't, I
exactly.
don't drink after peasants.
No, never. Where's your belt at?
Hey, so
My
the
subordinates.
undercard for this fight, Jonathan Davis was the first pro fighter of the night. Cam was number 2. Tyler,
I was a swing belt.
well, you probably ended up a swing belt
Oh,
after
okay.
that.
Okay.
And Justice Torres. was on the undercard. Justice.
Oh yeah, I remember
Justice
that.
fought Zach Lowry.
Yeah, he almost shit his pants that day.
Justice did.
Yeah, in the fight, like literally as soon as y'all announced him as the winner, he literally had to run back.
I was gonna say that this isn't like a figure of speech. This sounds like he
It was
literally
for
was
real.
about to shit
he
his
literally
pants.
was like, I need to get into the show.
So those were undercard fights.
I hope we cut the gloves off of him before he made
Yeah.
it to the restroom.
Poor
Poor Christy.
Josh Van was on the undercard as well.
Yeah.
So if you look back, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021.
So undercard pro debuts. Josh Van is now a champ. Fought a main event. Cam is a champ.
In 2 years.
Fought a main event. Justice Torres just fought
Main
a main event. And we are Fury FC is projected to have the most guys on Contender Series this year.
That's crazy.
The most guys on Dana White Contender Series.
You know something?
Hey man, a
right?
lot of
I'ma
people would
be
be
there every
proud of that.
Tuesday.
Proud, but I mean,
Dude.
dude, I saw our guy Colin Cantrell shared a quote, a few days ago. It's like,
That's some Howler.
it's great to be proud, but man, more
There
than
you go.
pride, man, I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for the
Oh.
opportunities that we've been given and what we've done with those opportunities, and I'm so thankful to be where we are and to have the team that we have, and the roster that we have, and put on the events that we have, man. So thankful to all of our fans that show up and everybody that watches on Fight Pass. Just I'm so thankful and grateful to be on the road and the path that we're on. And I know you guys
Yes.
concur.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
how did you get involved in MMA? Like what was that
Um,
beginning part?
It was actually Trayvon Coker. He
Trayvon's a stud too, man.
yeah, he's the guy that got me into, because I've known him literally my entire life. My mom and his dad were like high school sweethearts.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
shit!
Yeah.
They might be like long lost brothers or some shit.
We just look too different.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
And they just both got into fighting.
Now Trayvon was at the dinner the other night, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
recognized him, but dude,
Dude, I
my
love that
mind
kid, too.
was like fucking blank. 'Cause I say so many names, like dude, I
Why
know that
has
guy.
he went over there to train with y'all?
I
I
honestly
feel like
don't know.
no disrespect to wherever he's at. I don't know where he's at, but I just feel like y'all have one of the toughest teams.
Yeah.
And if he went over there, like the kid's already got no expression, and he loves to fight.
Yeah.
He's a banger, man.
I think y'all could bring a lot to his
That's
game, man.
I've been telling him this
a
for
lot
years.
to his game.
Um,
I'm gonna hit him up and
Hey,
fucking.
see if he wants to go to lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually lives out here.
So boom.
No,
Yeah.
Trayvon lives where I live.
Does he?
Yeah,
I
like,
thought he
we
lived
literally
out here.
live like 2 streets apart
I
from
don't know
each
why I
other.
thought he used to train in Kingwood somewhere.
He used to train with
Tom McCusker.
no, Jason Felton, who's in Kingwood.
Okay, that's where I.
So,
So I thought he lived out
your
here.
first time into MMA gym, what was your thoughts and like example?
So the first time I went to to a gym, so he would like, so we were, like I said, with friends forever, and he had been training, and so when I went off to college, I was just like bored, and I was like, you know what? I told him I would try training, and so I looked up the MMA gym near me, and so yeah, I went into a random gym I found on the internet, and then the coach said he was probably just gassing me out. But he was like, man, look at this kid.
Who was it? What coach was it?
His name was
Or what gym?
it was called North Texas MMA. I don't know if it still exists. It was like it's in Denton,
Okay.
or Flower Mound, which is by Denton, and
That's
so
kind of close to Dallas.
yeah,
Flower
it's in the
Mound
Dallas
MMA.
area.
North Texas MMA. I think we've had some of those guys on our sub hunter cards out in Dallas.
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
believe it. They have a lot of jiu-jitsu. And so yeah, he was just like, man, this kid is so good. So
How old were
okay.
you?
I was like,
19, 20.
12.
I think I had just turned 19.
Okay.
18 or 19.
Hey, real quick off subject. I seen you did extra rounds with TJ,
Yeah.
and somebody posted, man, this dude looks like a 10-year-old Jamal Hill.
Bro, he keeps saying that. He was like, you look like Jamal Hill. I'm like, I don't look nothing like him. And then when he said that, I was like,
I don't
all
see
right.
it either, man. But,
I don't
It's
feel like I
funny
look
because
anything like him.
Y'all kind of resemble.
No.
We went to Contenders last year, and we went into the Howler Lounge, and they had food and shit, and Jamal was in there grubbing, like
Did you go?
grubbing.
I didn't
everything.
get that invitation, D. Did you?
Hey, when Cam
No, we
fights,
weren't there.
y'all have to go when Cam fights.
All right.
If he has to go through
And
Contender.
hopefully it's
No.
call up.
Let's call up.
Hey, but it'd be cool to go out there and leave a stamp in Contender like Yanez did.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I feel like people gonna say we're similar. Like people already say we're similar.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's
I
like,
think y'all throw but y'all train together all
Yeah,
the time. I mean,
and
what do you
we
expect?
both got trained
And
by
I think
Calm down, D.
Fuck happened?
Oh shit.
What happened?
D got a little too much monkey spirit in him. The monkey
hell came
ejaculated
in.
on his face or something. I don't know, man. Something bad is happening to Diego right now.
Diego's thinking about that monkey.
Yeah, something.
He got the monkey spirit in him. He's thinking about that.
Getting his monkey spanked or some shit, man. Wow.
What happened, Diego? Jesus, you ruined the
He
podcast.
found out his wife is listening to the podcast.
Come on, man.
Oh shit! What?
Diego, you ruined the whole podcast.
I'm sorry.
Come
Hey,
on,
I didn't mean
Diego.
to interrupt the flow.
Hey, listen, monkey spirit. Don't think about monkey.
All right.
Come on, not Asian monkey. Hey, if you don't know, Diego's got thing for Asians.
Oh, okay, I see you. I don't blame you.
His
I don't
wife
blame
is
you.
.0000001 Asian.
Oh, that's good enough, huh? That's good
That's
enough
enough.
Oh man, put me in a hot spot right there, man. I'm like,
for you.
hey,
You gonna get home?
It's
You
all
gonna get home like, see, like Asians, huh?
yeah.
That's all right, Diego. That's all right.
I
Now
apologize.
you done.
I
We done
apologize.
fucked up what we were saying.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You done
It
threw
went
up
the
in
wrong
your
way.
So, all right. Whenever we were out at the restaurant, man, you shared a story with me, and you can maybe dive into it here. A year ago, where was your mindset
Oh,
a
yeah.
year ago, Cam?
Yeah, a year ago I was about to quit.
What?
It was a wrap.
I got
was
something
done.
to add to that when he's done.
It was after that Shane Torres loss. Cause like I did a lot more for that camp than like that's when I went to Vegas and I was training there and I was wrestling every day. Cause I'm like, all right, that's my biggest flaw. And so then when I lost, and then I felt like I got robbed. I was like, what's the
saw that
point?
face.
You
I
know?
saw that
It was just
face.
like, what's the point? Like I put everything into this. I'm the guy that never misses training.
Right.
I'm missing training today, but ordinarily I never miss training, and then I still lost. I'm like, I should just go do something
I remember
else.
that. I remember that face that you had. You
Yeah,
know,
I was
just
done. I
nice.
was just like, I'm sorry. Like, cause that's the other thing. Like, I fight the way I fight, and I do everything I do because I feel like, how can I ask somebody to come buy a ticket and watch me, like, and take time out of their day to come watch me fight, and then just go be a boring fighter or go lose? And these people spend all this money and all this time, parking, tickets, drinks, all that, and then I go and lose, and I'm like, I felt too guilty to keep going. But it took my mom to sit me down, and she was like, look, you obviously got the skill. I've never, even in all my losses, I never got my ass whooped. It was just like, I would lose, whatever. Like, there's always a but, there's a if. And so she was like, you obviously are really good. Just give it one more year. If you're not, close or there in a year, then I'm okay with you quitting. But you can't quit right now. And so I was like, all right. So she had to have that conversation with me for like 3 or 4 days. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna give them all. Like, people have already spent money and invested in me to get to this point. But yeah.
So we owe it to Cam's mama that he's still here and the champ that he is today. He was ready to give it up a year ago, and that's insane to think about. A guy with this talent, and it kind of goes to show, like, we all have those moments where we have a bad day at the office, bad day at work, or whatever, and we're like, man, what the fuck am I even doing this for?
Dude,
but man, you got to push through. You got to persevere through that. Especially, I mean, if you've been at it for a while and you've got the talent, man, don't ever give up on yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing to take away from it. You're thinking of others, you're thinking of ticket sales, people come out to see you or whatnot, but man, more importantly, you owe it to yourself to not give up on you. And I'm glad you did, and I'm glad your mom talked some sense
I'm
into you.
glad too.
I've had those moments too that I'm like, man, this show just wasn't what I thought it could be. Maybe I shouldn't do this shit no more. Like, is Fury even? Should it be before we were on Fight Pass? And then even there's been times after Fight Pass that I was like, man, how long am I gonna deal with this shit? Like, of guys falling out, medicals, not selling tickets, not, just the card not going the way I thought. Like, should I do this? But then I think about, if I wasn't here, like, a lot of these opportunities, I wouldn't be able to help these guys, and this is a whole network. Like, him being as talented as he is, he wins the belt, he gets a shitload of exposure, I get the exposure, we all grow.
But nobody sees the frustration and the headaches going
it's
behind
hard,
the
man.
scene, man.
For everybody, for me, for him,
that
for
first
everybody.
San Antonio card that I did, Fury 3, man, we talked about this before. Man, I went out to dinner afterwards and with Jace Petrie and a couple other guys, and Jace was like your partner at the time.
Yeah.
And, man, at that dinner, he was just voicing his frustrations, man.
Yeah.
Like, fights that fall off, all the things that you're talking to right now. He's just, man, I don't know if I'm cut out for this promoter side of things because, dude, this is frustrating. It pisses me off. And I mean, to be honest, man, I mean, there's other ways that you could be successful, other than trying to help somebody else be successful and dealing with those frustrations. So I mean, it's not for everybody. And it's a testament to you that you're still in the game and you stuck with it and look where you are now, man.
I was doing an interview the other day, and I was saying, something similar, and they were like, I think they were asking like, why do you fight? I was like, because I'm gonna get paid, whatever. And they were like, well, there's easier ways to make money, so why do this? And I was like, that kind of made me think. I was like, huh. I guess 'cause I love,
Because you're good at it, and it's what you love.
Yeah,
man.
I'm good at it, and it's like,
at the
is
end
it the
of the
same
day,
for you? It
I
has
think,
to be, huh?
I think so, man. Like, I love the fight game. I just fucking love the thrill of the fight game. I love the people I work with. Getting signed to UFC Fight Pass was, like, the ultimate for me. And shout out to Mick. Like, he's been more of a mentor and a friend to me than I would have ever thought. Because we were competitors almost at,
oh, really?
Back at one point when he was running Legacy and I had just started doing Fury. And us being the same promotion in the same city, he never, ever made me feel like it was a problem.
Right.
Like, he never talked shit. He never threw shade. He never did what some of these other stupid asses do.
A lot of that has to do, I think, the way you conduct business, man. You didn't try to, you didn't try to create a rivalry or manufacture a rivalry. You weren't like, oh, you're running this date? Well, I'm running the day before or whatever. So I think, that probably has a lot to do with the way you conduct your business.
Not only that, I went to him and I told him this is what I planned on doing. And if there was any way that we could work together, and if he had guys with good records, losing records, not under contract, whatever, let me have them. Let me see what I can do with the ones that he didn't have booked or that he didn't need.
Yeah.
And it was almost like a mutual thing. And, like, it worked out perfect. And he ended up growing and growing and growing. And as he grew, we grew a little bit more. And as he started leaving the city, we started filling the city. And, like, 13 years later, signing with UFC Fight Pass, it's like, man, I love the UFC. I love the brand. I love going to the fights. I love the Contender Series, seeing our guys on Contender Series, like, just the whole fucking...
You love building pros like Cameron Smotherman, the Fury FC.
That's it,
Bantamweight champion.
That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like, when you see this guy or any other Fury fighter graduate from Fury and go to the UFC and they get that contract and they're in there and they're actually making fucking money, like real money. I know the money ain't the best down here. And I always tell the guys, there's no money here. Like, I will pay you as much as I possibly can. You sell tickets, I'll give you as much as I possibly can. But my goal is to get you seen, make sure you have the right eyes on you, and when you go, I feel like I did my job because I know his first check over there is going to be more than we've ever paid him. Not only that, he's got the opportunity to lock in that $50K bonus.
Ooh. Boom.
I know I'm going to get that.
And I know Yanez has gotten how many?
Man, all of them.
All of them.
Every time he fights, he gets one, man.
And won't let me borrow $1.
He's got like a retirement plan going.
You know what? I bet you Yanez is like, didn't nobody give me no dollar when they were getting bonuses.
Yeah, exactly.
You're about to get yours, though.
Yanez.
Yeah, you're about to get yours, though. But about that, about him saying that he was ready to retire or whatever. So I remember around that time, Jason House called me, and Jason's a fucking great friend of mine. He's been super solid with me. And he probably has one of the most stacked fight roster.
Has he signed Cam yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I saw on Cage Side.
One of the most stacked rosters in the fucking world. Like, he manages some of the best guys in the world. But he called me around that time, and he was like, bro, we got to figure out what we're going to do with Cam. This kid is talking about retiring. I don't know if you and him had a conversation.
Oh, yeah, he called me. He was like,
yeah.
hey, man, I still believe me. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, it's a wrap.
So he called me after that, and he's like, I feel that we need to talk to him. You call him, talk to Adrian, whatever. Let's figure this out because this kid is way too talented to have that mindset. And I was like, well, let's just figure out. Give him some time first, let him sit back, and then let's get him an opponent that's going to fight his style and his game and figure out what to do. Like, obviously, you ain't had no walkthroughs.
Yeah.
If you look at your fights, you ain't had no gimmies.
Yeah.
Every fight has been tough for him. Yeah.
But there's a difference in matching somebody with his style versus like a collegiate wrestler or somebody that's a jiu-jitsu guy or a striker or whatever. And eventually, or I'm sure you've already seen him with us. Shane Torres was a wrestler.
Okay.
You'll probably see. Yeah, I mean everybody knows how I feel about that. When you go to the UFC, you might very well just meet a guy that likes to wrestle.
Yeah.
But we figured we needed to get him a striker or somebody like that. And I don't remember after that conversation who was the fight that we matched you with.
Dylan King.
Was it Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
So he fought Dylan, which was an up-and-coming stud amateur. He was coming in, and Dylan had faced a little adversity as well. But the fight made sense, and
Right.
he clipped you.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
you
put
fought
me
through
out.
it,
Yeah.
and then you fucking clipped him, and here we are. But
The
what I'm
rest
saying
is
is,
history.
yeah. So like, just to follow up on that, like, had Jason not gave a fuck, or he was one of these managers that didn't care, he would have not picked up the phone and called me and said, "Man, we got to figure this shit out because this kid's talented."
You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Even at that time, I hadn't signed with him yet.
Oh, you hadn't?
I hadn't signed with him yet. He was just like, "Look, I believe in you," and that was after I lost, and I had lost 2 in a row, and he was still calling me like every day. And, like, look, he's like, "I believe in you." And I was like, okay, all right. Because before I was just like, he's probably just like a scumbag manager or something like that.
Yeah, far from it, man.
Yeah,
he's,
dude,
he's
that
one of the
dude's
classier
that dude's
guys
a
out there.
different level, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've dealt with a ton of managers.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason is probably one of the guys that cares the most
Yeah.
about who he represents because you're a representation of him.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's got an eye for talent, and I've got an eye for talent. You're a representation of him, but you're also a representation of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way you carry yourself in and out, all these taco videos, I don't know. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But, man, you've done a damn good job. Like, I'm fucking proud.
We're
I'm
all
proud.
super
Thank
proud
you.
of the job you've done, man. You've bounced back well from adversity, and you got a big shiny heavy gold belt to show
Super
for it. man.
heavy. Nah, thank you. I appreciate it.
So obviously we know that you're probably, or you are set probably for Contenders in August. You think you're just gonna sit it out and kind of
Yeah, I think so.
relax and wait till August, and
Yeah.
unless you get a short call from the UFC.
Yeah, I'm
Once
hoping
Contender
for a
season's
short
over,
notice.
if nothing happens, which it's gonna happen, but if it didn't, then obviously we'll pick up. What are you gonna do in the meantime? You just gonna stay training?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy. I train, regardless if I have a fight or not. I mean, that's why I can fight every other month.
Yeah.
Uh,
One of the most active guys on the roster, him and Van.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's literally neck and neck. He's the only guy who fights probably. We fight about the same amount of times
Do
actually.
you think you can make 125?
Everybody wants me to. I mean,
Nah, we ain't doing that.
honestly, I could make 25.
you
Super
imagine
fight.
that fight?
A Fury super fight.
Nah, I like Josh.
Josh is-
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
Josh
let's
is
meet in the
stud.
middle. Catch weight
That
130.
dude's 21 years old, bro.
Yeah, I know that. I ain't gonna lie. A part of me is like jealous, but I'm in awe at the same time. I'm like, damn, like my last amateur fight was his first amateur fight, and I'm like, fuck, he's
And
running
se-
off with it.
And he's 7-1.
Yeah, all finishes.
Man, he's got that dog in him.
Yeah, no, he's
Like they like to
about
say,
it.
man.
We gotta bring him on.
I know, right?
We'll
Why
bring
haven't
him
we
on.
done that yet?
I don't know. I don't think he drinks.
We-
If you don't
we-
drink Howler, you can't come.
Yeah, okay. If he doesn't drink, we might have an issue. But
Yeah,
we
you
got the
don't drink
babyface
Howler,
killer here, man. I'm so happy
don't
with
have that
that, man.
problem.
One of my favorite guys on the roster. From
We've
from the
always
from the
said it.
from the day I met this kid, man. He's always been one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, you
Fun-
were
fun to
always
watch.
not. You were like you're the first person who like gave me any type of attention. I was just a nobody to you at first.
Shit.
No, Eric signed you, man. He had a lot of confidence in you. But yeah, man,
No, it
remember
took me forever to get a fight. Now that
I remember those early fights, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm about to pull up a message from Saul and see when the first time I talked to him.
Oh,
about
shit.
I remember I was supposed to fight like in February, like 2018. No, 2019. I was supposed to fight like
we
February.
probably had dudes that kept fucking pulling out.
No, it was I just couldn't get it on the card. It was like oh, the card's full. It got pushed back to June. It got pushed back to, and then I finally got a debut
So
in August.
if you haven't heard my story of how I became a promoter, that's the reason why.
I haven't heard it.
So I'm gonna look through all these messages with Saul. So I had a bunch of Jace got me a fight under mixed promotion.
Legacy.
Yep. It was called Lone Star Beatdown back
I was
then.
gonna say it was like Lone Star,
man,
right?
You old.
It was
Lone Star
I'm
beatdown.
41.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
So it was
He's fighting in the seniors
It
division.
was Lone Star Beatdown that back then. And
There you go.
after I fought, I came back to the gym on Monday, and the guys were like, man, we got to get on this card. We got to get on the next one. And Jace was trying to call Mick and Colin and put these guys on. They're ex-training partners, whatever. Man, the card's full.
Yeah.
Man, the card's full. The card's full. And that went on for like 3 or 4 months. And everybody wanted to fight. And I'm sure like Mick and them had some exciting guys, and they didn't have room for a lot of debut guys. Whatever the reason was. But my thought was, well, shit, man, I'm a businessman too. Let me start a promotion, and I'll put all y'all on.
Boom.
Cage Combat 1 was born in 2010.
You know, I never fought on a Cage Combat card.
Yeah, that's because you're like 8.
Yeah, how old were you in 2010?
2010, I was 13.
There
All
you
right.
go.
I was close.
8.
Yeah,
Nah.
13 years old. I was promoting my first show.
There was a few Cage Combat cards when I first started, but I never got on one.
Yeah, once
31.
we all got together and rebranded it, and we rebranded. We're like, I think it's a better idea.
that was a struggle, man. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't argue about it. I was like, dude, you should just rebrand. He's like, I know, but then we have to start the count over. I was like, no, you don't. You're just rebranding. You still did all the events. You're just putting it all
Man,
under that
honestly,
Fury
like-
umbrella. I tried to get him to do it for Submission Hunter too, but he didn't want to do that.
I feel like that's different though.
Well, that's
Of course.
Had we did Fury Grappling, they got Fury Grappling.
Oh yeah, they do.
We would have been first,
Yep.
but you know.
Ooh, spitting bars now.
But it's
well.
all good. It's all good. Submission Hunter Pro is a great, strong brand. But
And there's not a lot of people that could say they're on both platforms, Flow and UFC Fight Pass.
That's true.
We're on both.
Yes.
Sometimes I think about hitting you up for one of them submission hunters.
That'd be
Hey,
nice.
listen, you got 8 months to stay active.
Sad.
We should let you just roll.
Yeah.
Be in that thrill of competition. You get the same walkout as Fury. You get all the same music.
But
shit.
it's different because I can't punch them,
I know.
Ooh.
and that's where the
Well,
issue lies.
this is where you just work on your ground game and like
Yeah,
he
no.
hates the
I-
ground.
Yeah, that shit gay, bro.
you're already
Man,
an A+ on the fucking
anytime
feet.
he gets taken to the ground, he like makes his way back up. You know, he does what he needs to do. He makes his way back up, and the look on his face is just disgust.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
how dare you?
Because it's like I
you
said.
peasant! How
There-
dare
there's
you
a-
try to
there's
drag
a-
me down to your level?
but
there's a
Get your
difference-
ass up and fight like a man.
There's a difference in an exciting grappler versus a boring grappler.
I haven't seen
I
anybody
haven't
really
had
take him
one.
down and keep him down.
Yeah, I haven't had one.
Because you get back up. You don't give them enough time.
It's
to
and
keep you down.
it's like it's boring for me in the fight. Like
I don't
even
know if I could picture Cam in a gi.
Oh
It would
no,
have to
I
be
would never. I
no
would
gi.
never do.
It would have to be no gi.
Yeah, I would never do.
How,
that.
I've never rolled with you or Yanez. How good is Yanez's ground game?
Giannis fucks me up. I ain't gonna
On
lie.
the ground?
He fucks me up. He like I try, but I can't get nothing.
Because I've never seen Yanez in a fight on the ground ever.
Yeah, no, Giannis. Adrian got real grappling. Like he's a black belt.
But you got to get inside without getting clipped.
Yeah.
Because
Fucking pulls up.
like two bantamweights, both out of Fury, that you could think of that have totally different styles. Adrian Yanez, Ricky Tercius.
Yeah.
Because Ricky will
100%.
maul you. Like,
Yeah,
he'll
he'll-
put you on the ground and beat
He'll
you up.
take
and
you down and fuck you up.
Yeah, make noise and pound you and whatever. And if you get back up, he'll dump you again. But Ricky has a little wrestling background from high school and stuff. So I would look at Ricky, and I wouldn't say that he's got a boring style.
No, not at all. He does
Yeah, I mean,
something.
he-
Whenever he gets
like-
you down on the ground, he does something with it.
Yeah, it's about intent. Like you could tell he's intent. Like he's
He wants
trying
to
to
finish
fuck
the fight.
you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's guys whenever they're just happy to win. That's the guys I can't relate to. Like
Those
if
are the
you-
guys I do not want.
Yeah, if you're
I
just
do
happy
not
to
want.
win, like I'll never understand guys who win a boring split decision
No.
and they're cheering and they're calling for the
Yeah.
shot. I'm like, come on, bro.
come on,
Yeah.
That's not. Nobody wants to see that. Like you don't feel guilty. No, I
Yeah.
I mean,
can't.
with all due respect, hats off. I mean, you did something.
Yeah, you won.
You did something.
You
That's
did enough to
impressive.
win in the
yeah,
judges' eyes.
But yeah,
that's not-
you didn't really like. You didn't win over the crowd.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
you
this
didn't win over
isn't-
the promotion, the
Right.
promoter.
Yeah, this isn't a normal sport to where it's just about winning. Like basketball, you're just winning or losing.
Right.
Fighting is also entertainment. You need to entertain
Like,
people.
this isn't the Olympics, man. Nobody wants to see like who scores the most points and wins.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Do
like,
you watch
who
other sports?
finishes?
No. But I do know that LeBron James is the greatest right
I
now.
saw that. I saw that.
Because he got the most points. Isn't that right? Isn't that
Come
right?
on. Hey, LeBron
Who's
James.
who's the greatest?
LeBron, hey.
LeBron, he
Hey.
got the most points. That has
did.
to mean he's the greatest.
There you
right?
go. Hey, you just
Hold
gave.
on.
Hey, you just
Little bit to
gave.
the right, little
When
bit to
you
the
just gave away, I haven't even posted whose shoes are these. Well, they're not gonna see this yet.
No.
They're not gonna see it yet.
All right.
They're not
Those
gonna
are
see it.
fucking-
I
have
haven't-
to
I
be-
haven't even taken
Hey,
the
those
mic
are-
off the bottom yet.
Those are fly though.
Hey,
Cam's taking a
LeBron
piss
James,
break.
Okay, potty break. I'll go on the rant till you get back. LeBron James all-time scoring leader. I had the game on the other night, and I was watching, trying to, be in the moment. And I went to use the restroom. I came back, and Anita had changed the channel to one of those women crime drama show things or whatever. So I didn't get to actually see
come
the
on,
moment.
man.
How to Kill Your Husband.
Don't get me started on that
exactly.
shit.
But that's what they do.
I get in bed, and that's the kind of shit that I gotta watch at night.
That's why her and Tara get along so well.
Babe, I had a long day.
I missed the moment, but it came, whatever, and I watched the replays and whatnot. Man, look, for everybody saying, oh, well, this undoubtedly makes LeBron James the greatest of all time now, give me a break, all right? He's very talented. He's one of the greatest,
Yes.
top 3 to 5, man. But he's not Michael Jordan.
Jordan was the greatest of all
Michael
time.
Jordan captured the globe. He had a
Yes,
globe
on fire.
of fans. He saved the NBA. There's so much more. He won more championships. Did he score more points? No. He was more concerned with winning in championships than he was about individual performances and all that. He never called himself the greatest. It was always about winning. It was always about the team. I digress. Dominique Wilkins has more points all time in his career than Tim Duncan. Does that make Dominique Wilkins a better player than Tim Duncan?
No.
Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. How many championships did Dominique Wilkins win? Okay, I love Dominique. I'm not trying to shit on Dominique, but I'm just making a point.
Yes.
Just because somebody scores more points than another player doesn't mean you're better than the player. There's so many. Dude, Wilt Chamberlain was a better player than LeBron James, in my opinion. But, he was playing against plumbers and whatnot.
If Jordan was
argument.
still here in his greatest days, would LeBron have still been able to secure that record? Had he played against Jordan on some of these games?
Michael Jordan,
Jordan's
who was a scoring leader when he played, was also the defensive player of the year. And if he wasn't, he was always in contention for it. He played defense also. So, I mean, don't get me started, man. It fires me up whenever people – I get it. He's active now, and this generation sees him, and there's a lot of people that didn't see Jordan play outside of, YouTube clips or whatever.
No, Jordan's
We've seen both. We've seen both. In all due respect to LeBron James, he's a fucking beast. They play different positions. He plays. He's like a power forward. He plays like a small forward. There's all that, and he's great. He's got a few championships. Do you think Michael Jordan would have ever left Chicago to go play for the Lakers with Magic Johnson and Kareem?
Hey, I'm gonna let you finish.
No,
but I just have to say the numbers don't lie.
The numbers do lie.
But Jordan wasn't here.
And we've covered that already, sir, during your potty break, okay? So
numbers do lie. Hey,
the numbers don't lie. But
let me get him started. Did the
go.
numbers lie in the presidential poll?
Ooh, he's spitting.
Yeah. It's rigged. It's rigged. And that's not. Hey, I'm not a Biden guy. I'm not a Trump guy.
I love Donald Trump.
I'm not. Hey, to each their own. To each their own. I'm not red. I'm not blue. I'm me.
There you go. I think
I call
I'm with
bullshit
you, bro.
when I see bullshit.
I think I'm
and
with
yes, the numbers lie because if you're not red or blue, you can't get in the debate. You can't even be a part of it. If I have a good idea and I want to run for president, dude, they set the bar so high, like, oh well, you have to have X amount of support.
Isn't
you have
there
to
a
have
green?
all this. Like, well, dude, get me in the debate. I'll get that support. No. You can't be on the debates. So anyway, don't get me started on that.
Isn't there
shit.
a green though?
It's rigged. There is a green, but they can't be a part of the debates.
You're right. You're right.
At first, it was 5%, but then Gary Johnson got to 5%, and then they raised it. So okay, the election committee that allows the debates, what they do is they raise the bar. If the Democrats and the Republicans, they make it easy, and if you only have two choices, it makes their life easy, right?
Right.
So they raise the bar. Instead of 5% support, oh, well, now it has to be 15%. Why did you do that? Because the game is rigged. But, that's another podcast for another day. Let's get back to fight. Let's get back to fight games.
Let me just say one thing.
All right. What's up?
So
Nothing about massages or Asians.
No.
Diego,
Okay.
keep it
So-
above the keep it above the belt.
No monkeys.
Keep it above
no
the belt.
as far as
bushes.
it being the greatest of all time, I think is
Jordan.
Michael Jordan, because he created a blueprint for the rest of
Jordan's
the
the shit. But
If
listen,
if you're going to compare anybody to Jordan, it's Kobe. It's Jordan.
my dad would say
Kobe.
Jordan got everything from Dr. J.
Ooh, okay.
He would say that.
My dad would say.
How many
And I believe what
championships-
my dad says.
Hey,
But
man.
now-
Hey, and I love your dad too. I love your dad too. How many championships did Dr. J win?
Shout out to my pops.
He's listening
Hey,
too.
no, he's watching.
On
He
YouTube.
he
Oh,
watches
listen,
on
a
YouTube.
championship.
He likes it on YouTube.
A championship is a team, not one guy.
I know.
If you got the right team, Jordan had Pippen.
Hardaway.
Who did more
Do
with
you
less?
think? Okay.
Not Hardaway.
Whenever
That's
Jordan,
why LeBron left.
Whenever Jordan walked away, whenever Jordan retired,
Nobody won.
How many championships did the Bulls win?
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'll wait.
I'm with you.
All right. How many championships did Dr. J win? Anybody? Was it 6? Was it 2 three-peats?
But he didn't even have a Pippen or
There had
anybody
never
to
been a
run with.
three-peat. There had never been a three-peat. Jordan did it twice. How many times has LeBron done it? I'm waiting.
I'm with Wayne.
Anybody?
Number one, I don't give a fuck about
Now-
basketball
now-
or
yeah,
anything.
hey,
I'm a
hey,
fight guy.
Now, if you want to get me to kind of shit on Jordan, tell me that the only reason
When he
the
went to the
Rockets
Wizards.
No, not even that. Tell me that the only reason the Rockets ever won a championship is because Jordan was retired, and that's a whole other rant. And we can do that
could
another
be-
day
That might be true.
because we
but-
got the champion. That's bullshit. Jordan was there in '95. They couldn't get past the Magic, who we swept in the
fuck.
finals. We had the matchup.
This dude
And
is a
if
sports
you
fanatic.
ask
I can
Jordan,
tell.
if you ask Jordan who the best player ever is, he'll tell you Hakeem Olajuwon. He's like, hey, Hakeem was better than me. I couldn't beat Olajuwon, and he was right. You look, Jordan never scored more than 30 points against Olajuwon.
Dude,
and
I
the
would
Rockets.
love to have.
Mad Max kept him in check.
I would love to have Mick here to argue all this shit with
let's
you.
do it.
Because Mick is such a sports fucking fan like that.
Let's do it.
and when he talks all that bullshit,
Mick,
I don't
Mick
know
can't-
shit.
They won't let Mick come on though.
Yeah, well,
We have to put him behind the screen and
Just
disguise
use
his
his
voice. And we'll call him like Rick.
we'll just fuzz,
Ricky one more.
we'll just fuzz his face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we'll do like the Geraldo
Hey, can you
guest
do that?
thing.
I can
We'll
do
put a
that.
fake mustache on him and call him Ricky one more.
Just let him wear a fucking.
Hey, what are you talking about?
let
Mick
him
was
wear
not
an
on the
Obama
podcast.
mask. Just wear an Obama mask.
Or that. Hey man, Obama's a
A
great
Trump
guy.
mask.
Obama's a great guy. That'd be a good mask for him to wear. I'm all for it if he'll wear it.
There you go.
Anyways, the champ is back. I don't know where we were when
Oh,
we left.
oh,
he set me up because we were talking about that before we went on the air.
Well,
We were talking
I
about
asked
the
him
whole
if he
basketball thing.
if he watches other sports because everybody always gives me shit because I'm not this diehard basketball or football fan or
I
whatever.
used to be, but not these.
But
days.
I'm just like, man, I mean, when you become a real fight fan, it's hard to compare
is.
any
It
other
is.
sport
Yeah,
to
it's
that.
just
No, there's not.
the
Yeah.
same.
Like the
Right.
intensity is.
Yeah, because at the
You could-
100%.
you
you
could-
watch it and you're like, man, or like even when they get in each other's faces, like, but they can't fight.
If you
know?
look
You
at it like a
couldn't-
chess match, it's very similar, like baseball, football,
Right.
basketball these days. I mean, it's a different.
You
animal.
could not, and I say this all the time, you could not know either guy that's fighting, and if it's a good scrap, you're going to tune
Yeah,
in.
you're gonna watch.
But like, you're not going to tune in and just watch two teams that you don't fucking know. Like,
No, of course not.
nobody. And I
as
always,
the
and my
best
wife will
fights-
argue with me that football or men say football. It's like, who the fuck is going to get in an argument and say, let's go play football? Let's see
Yeah.
who wins.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Let's go
You-
see who the winner is.
You
That
have
ain't
to
the
be
real
able to
man's
make
sport.
an emotional
Yes.
investment.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to say.
You have to make an emotional
Yes.
You
investment.
argue with somebody,
Like
a fight's going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
When I whoop your ass, it's a wrap.
Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. I mean, look at the greats. Muhammad Ali. They talk you into the building. Like, okay,
Michael Jordan.
I want to see this guy win, and I want to see this guy get his ass kicked.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I agree. As a fight fan,
And
emotionally invested.
and the other thing is like it has to be an individual sport because I don't really like watching team sport. Like I'd rather watch a tennis match.
Well, because you can blame nobody for your
Yeah.
loss but
Yeah.
So
yourself.
selfish.
I am.
I'm with him though because like
No, of course,
you're
yeah.
in a
I agree.
sport that if you lose, it's all on you.
Yeah, you can't blame nobody else.
And
And
I-
if you win, it's all on you.
Dude, I've had some guys that blame their coaches. He didn't train
That's
me right.
Fuck your coaches,
Yeah, you
right?
know.
Dude, didn't
Fuck
train
your
me
coaches,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, fuck them all.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
you remember that guy
I
at
know.
weigh-ins one time that missed weight and he blamed his girlfriend?
What?
Yes, I do. Are we saying his name? I'm almost there.
He's
Hey,
like-
name drop it.
Hey,
on
he
it.
said, bro, I didn't make weight because my girl's putting salt on my chicken.
And he was supposed to fight Josh Van, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember who he was supposed to
that
fight.
Coney. I'll say his name. Tyler Burr something. Bylanger.
Was that him?
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking. That's what they gave him a catchweight, and he fucking didn't want to fight. him
Unless you're
still.
talking
No,
about
not
somebody
him.
else.
No,
Unless
that
you're
was
talking about
Never
somebody
mind. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't that guy.
But that guy missed weight and then like was talking
And then
shit like,
no-showed.
hey, I'm sorry, you missed your chance to fight with daddy or whatever. And it's like,
No, it wasn't that guy.
Okay.
This was like years ago at
Okay.
Stat Sports Bar.
oh
the
goddamn,
dude, and the dude was like,
I was
man,
probably
I would have
announcing a
made
wrestling
weight,
show back
but
then.
my girl's meal prepping and she was putting salt on my chicken.
Bro, you're a grown ass man.
Oh no,
Ain't
not
excuse,
not
bro.
the salt on the chicken.
It was that
Damn
one
it.
salt. That,
It was
that,
that- yeah.
that one grain of salt stopped me from
Fuck
making it.
yeah, I missed by 8 pounds and too much salt.
Damn.
I wasn't sweating.
I don't know. I feel like it's impossible to miss weight if you really want to make weight.
I mean, you've been a stud, bro. Like, you came in on a fight that you didn't even know was going to be for sure and made weight on like 2 days' notice when we booked you with Quran. And I was like, man, this fucking dude.
Yeah,
this is the real deal.
20.
Dude, a guy like Sam Kilmer, like those guys that make those weights, whatever they are, always impress me because they carry so much muscle and it's really hard to hit those weights. Sam Kilmer, like
Isaac Moreno,
guys. Isaac Moreno,
Cody Steele.
another
Bro,
one.
big.
Yes, Cody Steele. All
Isaac
these guys
Moreno's big.
that
How
make
he makes
weight.
it.
It's like that is so fucking impressive.
The dudes are professionals, man. Like, if you're that's part of the job. I think making weight is the biggest part of the fight. Like, once you make weight and you can go rehydrate, I feel like, man, you're already one up. Like, I already won because that's the first battle. Like, if you can't,
I don't feel like there's any excuse.
If you can't beat the scale, the only excuse is being not disciplined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
not an excuse.
Yeah. No, I feel like if you can't make weight, like you have no business doing this. If you don't check yourself, like
or move a weight class up.
Yeah.
What's
just move right
frustrating is
up.
whenever a guy is like within a couple of pounds
and they just
it
stop.
doesn't get there. Yeah, and they just stop. I'm like,
There's
dude,
no
your
excuse
weight's
for
Or
that.
when
there.
you're 0.6.
Bro, just make it.
I got nothing left.
Yes, you do.
It's like, man, go
Bro.
walk a couple laps around the hotel or something, man.
Just move up a weight class, man.
Yeah.
I
If you
know
can't
how.
make the weight,
Listen,
move up.
I know how hard it is to make weight.
100%, yeah.
Because I've done it. And I don't know if you've heard the Colton England story with me and Colton when I fought Colton.
I just heard y'all fought. I don't know nothing about it.
So I was at weigh-ins.
Eric won, by the way.
I was at weigh-ins. I was watching them weigh in, and I was sitting at a table, and I was eating a burger and drinking a beer.
After you weighed in.
No, I wasn't supposed to fight.
Oh, okay. Now I did.
So Colton was supposed to fight somebody, and Colton was supposed to fight the guy at a 150 catch weight or some shit. Colton missed weight. He was like 53 or something, and the dude was 50, and the dude was like, I'm not gonna fight. So Colin Cantrell comes over, and he's like, hey, what do you weigh? I was like, man, I don't know. I'm probably like 180. He's like, and I'm drinking a fucking beer and eating a burger. He's like, let's go weigh. I go weigh myself, and it's like 178. So he's like, you want to fight Colton for the 55 belt tomorrow? I was like, how much time do I have? Like, do I have time to go fucking make weight? And he's like, we'll give you till midnight. Bro, I fucking left. And I fucking went and cut the weight. And granted, I missed weight by 0.8 pounds. Because I ran out of time, not because I didn't want to try, but the state was like, "That's it, no more."
From that afternoon to midnight,
I was
you went from 178
to 156.8.
Jesus.
And we fought, but I'm just saying, like, there's no excuse to not miss weight. If I went over there and I tried to, and I cut like 19 pounds, and it probably wasn't the safest way to do it or whatever, but I fucking did it.
Neither here nor there.
But if you are booked for a fight 6 weeks out,
there's no excuse.
Go fucking
There's
make
no
weight.
excuse.
You want this? You want gold like that? Go fucking make weight. That's the fight.
Yeah.
That's fight number one.
Whenever you call me for the Quran fight, I honestly didn't think I was gonna make it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm taking on short notice. But once I realized like it's not fun, but you can do it.
Right.
I was like, okay, there's no excuse to ever miss weight.
It's mentally.
Yeah.
Like you
gotta
have
just
to
stop.
be mentally strong, but that goes with every other things in life. Like you got to be mentally strong, and that's part of it. If you're in the fight game, you got to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
If you're not mentally there,
then you don't have.
Like
no
there's a lot of
business in
dudes that they think they want to fight, and they go in there, and the first time they get touched,
They're like, what the fuck is this?
you can see like, damn, maybe I didn't want this.
Yeah.
So when you go in there multiple times and you get in these fucking fights like you do, like what would you say was your toughest fight?
Easily a Giannis fight.
Okay.
That was the only fight where I wanted to quit. He
that dude's a fucking stud,
bro. When I didn't know I broke my nose, but he hit me again, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, that's the first time I've ever felt pain in a fight, and I was like, nah, this is not normal. And so then literally in the fight, I was thinking, I was like, so can I take a knee? Like I was trying to figure out how do I get a rest. And
call timeout.
Yeah, no, I was like, can I was like, boxing, you can take a knee, you can do, and I was like, shit, like
there's nothing I can do. I gotta wait till the bell rings.
Yeah, I gotta keep fighting. And then he headbutted me. That's what broke my nose. It was a headbutt, and I was like, I was rocked. That was like I was super rocked, and I was like, oh fuck, if he hits me again, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I was like, okay, what can I do? And I was like, all right, I know I can't move, so I'm gonna just sit on the fence and try to wait for my legs to come back.
Try to recover.
Yeah, and I was
Dude,
like,
he hit you with what? That rocked you.
no, it was a headbutt.
Oh fuck.
I was like shifting out, and he dipped in and headbutted me right on the chin, and I tried to move, and my legs went like, and I was like, oh fuck. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just sit here and recover, and then he threw a flurry, and he missed, like, but it wasn't because I blocked it. It was just like he just happened to miss, and I was like, okay, well, I know I gotta move, and then I just started like skating the fence or whatever, but I was that fight I had to like fucking man up like several times in the fight. I was like, man, I need a way out, and I was like, I don't have one. I just gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
But
There's no
shit was
timeouts
crazy.
in MMA, and that little walkthrough right there, that was the Fury FC 2022 Fight of the Year. Cam Smotherman and John Yanez.
Did you watch John Yanez last fight? With
Yeah,
Thiago?
I'm his biggest fan.
We got him booked
For Casey, right?
Casey Jones.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, wow.
I buy his sweatshirts and shit now. I'm the biggest. And it's funny. I like we're friends on Facebook and
because
all.
he feels like you feel about the boring wrestling. Like he wants to fucking.
Yeah, no, he's out that
He
shit.
wants to
He
stand
wants
and
to
bang,
throw, bro.
Yeah, no, when I look at his comments and stuff, they're like, oh, when I won the belt, I think he gave me like a congratulations post, and they're like, oh man, we love to see that rematch for the belt. I ain't gonna lie, I'm never fighting him again.
Shout out to John Yanez.
Yeah, shout out
man.
John Yanez, but we're never running
We're
it
not
back,
doing that
bro.
shit. So
Hey, if it is gonna happen, it's gonna happen in the UFC.
In the UFC, I'll fight him.
Yeah, so like that kid's talented, man. Like, and
100%.
he wants to fight as much as you do.
Yeah.
They hit me up right after his last fight. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
So he's fighting the day before the UFC San
Yeah,
Antonio.
I'm gonna try. I think I'm
Come
gonna go
out there, bro. We have you cage side.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Bring
go
that
out there.
belt.
Yeah, I will.
Let you meet Sean Shelby.
I'm like, hey man,
Hopefully, Sean better come. Sean, if you're listening, you probably ain't.
you
But
should. Huh?
Sean,
You should
Sean's
show
got the
up.
135ers. I thought
Yeah.
Mick did.
Sean's got the
135.
35ers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mick
Sean-
has
I think if
125.
Mick had him, I would have been in already.
yeah, Mick's got 25, 85, 205 heavyweight, and all the females.
All
And
right.
Sean's got the rest of them. But how do you, if you had to give your prediction right now on John and Casey, because you fought them both?
Yeah. No, I don't. I think John fucks Casey up.
You think so?
I think
Because Casey's about it on the feet too.
Casey
Casey's
Jones
with
is
the shit.
tough, man.
Casey's with
And
the
he's
shit.
got some kicks.
And bro, Casey kicked me in my
I
damn
know.
arm. I could not like my right arm went numb.
He
Like, I think-
neutralized the right arm.
Yeah, I was trying way too. The Casey fight is like probably one of my most important fights. Just
Casey
'cause-
Jones is just one of those guys, man. He's another one who's got that dog. in
Yeah,
him.
nah,
but
he's
as far
not
as like
quitting.
finishes, decisions, shit hasn't always gone his way.
Yeah.
his
Shit, damn near put
record
me out.
is not indicative of how talented
Yeah.
he is.
No, he's not someone to take lightly.
Hell no.
Because that's the mistake I made.
I mean, he fought Liamana twice,
3 times.
3 times.
And thought he was gonna win every time. And that's another reason I was like, I'll just walk through him. Nah, he proved me wrong.
Have you sparred with Liamana?
Yeah.
That's why he thought he had it.
They say that
Yeah.
Liamana's got fucking lightning in his hands.
So
Like,
Leo actually don't hit that hard. It's
Ooh,
just
shit.
that no.
Well,
no,
the dudes that
it's
he's
it's-
knocked out would
Oh,
say
no,
different.
No. Let me
shit.
finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
He don't hit that hard.
I'm waiting for the
But
clickbait.
it's just that you don't see the. You
He's
don't
got
see
weird
it coming.
angles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it comes
you
out
have
of
no
nowhere.
idea that he
It
hit
comes
you.
out of nowhere. Yeah.
Like he'll hit you with some shit that you're just like where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
And it's just it'll put you out every like.
I feel like that's what happened with Peter Caballero and you on Sunday, man.
Yeah,
That-
no.
That left just like came
I
out of
didn't
nowhere.
even. I don't.
I heard you
still
say
don't
that.
remember
Remember,
throwing it.
Leo was supposed to fight Peter.
Yeah.
Yep.
On
Yeah,
that
the,
COVID.
Yeah, the COVID shut
Giannis
it
was
down.
supposed to fight Ricky Tursis
Yeah,
on that card.
yeah.
Bro, I had built a fire card.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was so proud. I was like,
I feel like that left, man, that you threw that took out Caballero. I mean, it came out of nowhere because it didn't have like a whole lot of oomph on it.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere and clipped him.
hey,
just
it
like
didn't
that.
look like it did, but when you watch the replay in
yeah.
slow motion, bro, it turned that dude's head.
Yeah,
And
hell
when
yeah.
he hit the floor, his eyes were wide open.
Well,
Yep.
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that too.
And it landed right on the Howlerhead logo.
Shout out to Howler Head.
That's why-
Great
and
product
that-
placement.
And I think that's where Howlerhead was like, man, let me share this shit. Like,
Hey, Howlerhead, I'm ready. Send me a
good
bottle.
friends at Howlerhead
send
whiskey.
him a case.
Send me a case.
Hey, real quick,
Space City
Before we get outta
Collective,
here-
Sheath underwear.
listen to some of these matchups for Sanders. I'm just going to give you the last 4. Lawan Davis and Zach Borrego. 4-0 versus 4-1 for San Antonio. Tedrick Macklin versus Cody Steele. San Antonio, 324.
Cedric Macklin's been a minute since we've seen him.
Armis Guyton versus Isaac Moreno.
Ooh.
7-2 versus 5-0. And then we got Gianni and Edgar Chara's main event in the card. Yanez and Casey are on that card, bringing Jonathan Davis out there to fight.
And that's 324.
324. And we're doing a special signing with Brandon Moreno. So UFC champ Brandon Moreno will be out there for 2 hours before the doors open, signing autographs and taking pictures. We might have Raul Rosas and might try and get Yanez out there.
What about Cam Smotherman?
Cam Smotherman's going to be in the house.
I'm going to be the +1 to Yanez.
Cameron Smotherman's going to be in. You're going to have yourself plus your own +1.
Oh, okay.
That's how we roll with
All
the
right,
champs now.
I see it.
That's how we roll with the champs.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm a memorabilia guy, man. I got to get some shit signed. I didn't know they were coming out. So let's kick ass, man.
It's gonna be a good show. Cheeto Vera main event of the UFC fight night the next day. Should be a good card. It's a great fight weekend. We're
324. Is that a Friday?
Friday night San Antonio.
So Friday night fights.
Saturday UFC.
Boom.
Sunday Fury Houston.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, the 26th. Yeah.
3 days of fights in 2 cities.
Man.
2 of them brought to you by Fury.
Let's go.
I'm off.
And Diego's going to be out there hitting every massage parlor.
Look out, San Antonio.
Hey, I don't know if they got Asians in San Antonio.
Oh, they're everywhere. But hey, Diego doesn't discriminate, man. Diego, man, he'll go to any massage parlor.
Hey, equal opportunity.
He'll go to the MLK massage parlor.
Mrs. Reyes, did you hear that?
Hey. No.
He'll hit the men's club, over by Cowboys.
Right
afterwards.
outside of Cowboys.
He's all good.
Dance
He doesn't
hall.
care.
Yeah.
Diego don't discriminate. He'll regulate any shade of that ass.
Badass venue.
I'm here for it. I'm ready.
Y'all got anything for Cam so we can go get some lunch, guys?
Yeah, I think it's about that time. D.
What you got, D? D's nuts?
You good?
D's nuts. He's got D's nuts.
Ooh.
We
All
want to see
right.
that bush.
Hey,
We want to see that bush. The bush covered.
1980.
I think that about covers it all. The time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
Hell yeah.